Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about AI and it is really helpful for us, and it's a tool how we can uh, effectively utilizing our resources and everything. AI, is it for us or against us? The purpose of this presentation is to add your confusion about artificial intelligence. Is it good things or bad things? It's only the stuff or movie, right? What some smart people are saying about AI. The future is scary and very bad for people. AI is demon. This is potentially more dangerous than nuclear weapon. I do not understand why some people are not concerned. Full articles, intelligence could spell the end of the human race. Some other quotes. Eventually, I think human extinction will probably occur, and technology will likely play a part in this deep mind chain lays. How can an AI system behave carefully and conservatively in a world populated by unknown? It would take off its own and redesign itself at an ever increasing rate. Stephen Hawking. Humans who are limited by slow biological evolution could complete and would be suppressed. Stephen Hawking. Artificial intelligence has been around for some time with no one claiming potentially dangerous consensus. So what changed? What is AI? Are they dangerous? What are they? What can be done about them? Artificial enhancement, strength, tractor replacement oats drawn plow that replaced human labor, speed, automobile replaced the horse that replaced walking, sight, telescope and microscope enhance human visual capabilities, hearing, non-electronic amplifications, gramophones electronic amplification. There are generally regarded as good things. What about enhanced intelligence? What is artificial intelligence? In 1956, the computer scientist John McCarthy coined the term artificial intelligence to describe the study of intelligence by implementing its essential features on a computer. Artificial intelligence is the intelligence exhibited by machines or software. Can a machine be intelligence? Can it think? Tutoring polite conventions, we need not decide if a machine can think. We need only decide if a machine can act and intelligently as a human being. This approach to the philosophical problem associated with artificial intelligence from the basis of the Turing test. The Turing test. The Turing test was introduced by Alan Turing in his 1950 paper Computing Machinery and Intelligence. I propose to consider the question, can machine think? Since thinking is difficult to define, Turing chose to replace the question by another which is closely related to it. Are the imaginable digital computer which would do well in the imitation game. The limitation game. A human judges engage in a natural language conversation with one human and one machine, each evaluating human response. All participants are separated from one another. If the judge cannot reliably tell the machine from the machine is said to have passed the test. Are we there yet? Cleverbot software learned from its parts conversation and has gained high scores in the Turing test, fooling a high proportions of people into belief they are likely talking to a human. Can expert be fooled? Robert Epstein is a psychologist, a former editor and chief of psychology. Today he lives in San Diego area and is also a leading researcher in computer-human interactions. Cannot you do anything right? Are we there yet? IBM Watson talk on Geopardy campus. The first round was broadcast February 14, 2011. Jennifer with $4,800, Rotor win 10,400, and Watson with $35,734. The second round was broadcast February 15, 2011. Watson with a score of 57,147, besting Jennifer who scored 24,000 and Rotor who scored $2. Is the turning test enough? It's enough to have a human be deceived for a machine be real. The machine need to be convinced the human to do things for it, to fall in love with it. It deserves own purpose. Tim Butler, a former MIT AI researcher and the CEO of predictive intelligence company Expected Lab. IBM Deep Blue is better and chase than any human, and Watson provide it could outsmart Jeopardy world champion, but they do not have any consciousness of their own. It's owed nothing that neither of these supercomputers has gone through the turning test through inventors and futurist Ray Kurzweil believe Watson could be rotated to pass it easily. The singularity. Will artificial intelligence surpass human intelligence? If so, when? The singularity, the point is time in which artificial intelligence exceed human intellectual capability. Kurzweil predict the singularity to occur around 2045, others predict sometimes before 2030. What the problem? Who cares if machines are smarter than people? What are the dangers? Automation putting us all out of work. We will be working for robots, lose of human control of our lives, robots that surpass human in strength, speed, agility, endurance, decision-making intelligence. Killer robots, militarizations of robots with AI, robot emotion, will they have empathy? Will goal-seeking intelligence machines seek the same goal as we do? Will their goal involve in a negative direction? Everybody knows everything. The drones are watching you. What are the benefits? The potential benefits are huge, since everything that civilization has to offer is a product of human intelligence. We cannot predict that we might achieve when this intelligence is magnified by the tools AI may predict. But the eradications of disease and poverty are not unfathomable. Elon Musk. AI is becoming uh, ubiquitous. Automotive. 10% of car will be fully autonomous and many will drive themselves. Japan is testing robot taxis for transportation during the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. Agriculture. Farm will increase use AI technology and big data analytics to optimize crop outputs. More diverless factors, drones and milk boats. Service. Personal robot will take on easy, dangerous or repetitive jobs. Mowing use lawn, cleaning your windows, washing dishes. Financial, up to $2.2 trillion in investment will be made through AI-enabled computer that can learn market it. Healthcare, robot assistant is critical surgery, elderly care, disabled potential patients assistance. In 2000, there were 1,000 robot assist surgeries performed with 5,500, 7,000, 70,000 in 2004. Manufacturing, 10% of the worldwide manufacturing tasks are automated. In 10%, 10 years, that will increase 45% as robots get cheaper. Aerospace and defense, 90 countries now operate drones. One third are arms. The nature of commercials and military drones will triple over the next 5 years. Autonomous military vehicles and land robots are under development. Is your job at risk? 80 million jobs in the United States are at risk of being taken over by the robot in the next few decades, a Bank of England official warns. In a speech at the Radar Union Congress in London, the bank chief economist, Handy Handler, said that up to 15 million jobs in the UK were at risk of being lost to an age of machine, which is around half of the employed population. Is your job at risk? Job with the highest level of being taken over by a machine in the UK included administration, production, clerical tasks. Handed gave two contrasting example of risk. The accountant having a 95% probability of losing their job to machines, while hairdressers had lower risk, with robot being more cost effective than hiring individuals in the workplace over the long terms. Job with the lower wages were also at the highest risk of going to the machine. Is your job at risk? Ha- Haldens noted, adding that in the past, workplaces have moving up to the income escalated by skilling up. therefore saying one step ahead of machine. Heldon suggests society may have an edge against machines in job while require high level reasoning, creativity and cognition, while AI problems are more digital and data driven. A smarter machine becomes the greater the likelihood that the space remaining for unique human skill could shrink further. Machines are already undertaking tasks which were unthinkable if not unimaginable. A decade ago, algorithms are rapidly learning not just to process and problem solve but to perceive and even emote. While we do working for robot, apply now for the job of the future. Robot helps. AI machine can help learn from experience and from the human around them, which means that as AI takes on a growing role in the workplace, a new role is opening up for human, the robot assistant. AI trained who work as robot helps already exist as several tech companies, Facebook, virtual assistant startup, Clara Labs, and Interaction, a company that builds AI to handle customer service calls. Will we be working for robots? A real robot boss. Milgram's obedience studies, Young and Cromer studies found that around half of the participants obeyed the robot until the end, and many react to it as there were human. Offer comparison, legal argument to pressure the robots. MIT researcher has found that human employees are more productive than a robot allocated task. Can AI machine make better decision than us? Protect myself, protect predictions, protect my passenger. Your autonomous car. How well will an autonomous vehicle resolve conflict priorities? Should your car be making this decision? Smart war toys. In March 2014, the Russian strategic missile forces announced it would deploy armed sentry robots that could select and destroy target with no human in or on the loop at 5 missile installations. China Harbin Institute of Technology unveiled at the Beijing 2015 World Robot Conference the robot can wield anti-tank weapon, generate launch at assault rifle. The Armata now requires 3 crew members, then it will be 2 and then without them at all. Autonomous Yopper uses a program flight path to reach a pre-selected area, automatically identify and targeted the threatened within the search area, send the data back to its home base where the information are verified by the human operator. Human OK's attack and remote pilot essentially pulls the trigger and the trace fails before flying back to the base on its own. Because the trains is a prototype, it does not currently carry missile, but the future generation will likely carry weapons. Trains is a technology demonstrate much like the US Navy's X. What can we do? Dark and hide, kill up, fight the machine, build a surface, get leaders, implement more research into AI priorities, review, implement ethics related to AI. A nano-ludite movement. A nano-ludite is someone who believes that the use of technology has serious ethical, moral, social ramifications, operate under the belief neo-ludite are critical of technology and caution to promote its early adaptation. Build a defect or safeguard, or implement 3 laws of robot, a set of rules devised by the science fiction author Isaac Asimov introduced in 1942 short story Run Around. What can we do? A robot can not just injure a human being through inactions, allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey the orders give it to by human being accepted where such order would conflict with the first law. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protections does not conflict with the first or second law. Autonomous weapons are a problem. More than 16,000 AI researchers have signed an open letter to the UN urging government leaders to take action against the creation of semi-autonomous and autonomous weapons, if often unclear where the human come into the decision process of targeting and firing an intelligence weapon. Future of Life Institute. future of different kind of lab institution, and different kind of things with an open letter research priority to robust and beneficial artificial intelligence. Google ethical boards. Google is a computer software and a web search engine company. In October 2015, Google became a subsidiary of Alphabet. Why does Google need an AI ethics board? Wikipedia lists 187 acquired companies from February 2001 through November 2050. Dark Blue Lab, deep learning for understanding natural language. Vision Factory, visual recognition system and deep learning. Deep learning technology, one of the biggest concentrations of research anywhere working on deep learning. Quest Visual, augmented reality transformation software. Boston Dynamics and robots design company for US military with funding from Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Google AI Ethics Board. Google board several robotics company in December 2013 alone. Google AI Ethics Board set up to oversee its oath in artificial intelligence. AI is very powerful technology that is largely invisible to average person. Right now, AI control airplane, stock market information search, surveillance program, and more. So there are different kind of interesting things happening through the AI and through the process of these things, and we have to understand that how we can make a meaningful contributions to our AI in our ecosystem. So if you have any kind of question regarding that, you can communicate with me. Thank you.